From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, we're at Tommy Max. Hope you had a good week out there, getting after it, making things happen, being good to people, man. Life's too short to not go around being kind. We're going to try to be kind to you out there this week here on The Horse's Mouth. My friend Sam Kouvaris, Lonnie Marts is here. We're the Hammer Podcast Online. We're going to talk sports. We talk NFL, talk a little TPC, have a few laughs while we do it. We're also going to be talking to Art Russell from the Jacksonville Orchid Society. They got a big orchid show coming up in March at the Garden Center of Jacksonville. Yeah, we're talking orchids here on The Horse's Mouth, so stay in your seat and enjoy the ride this week on The Horse's Mouth right here on Buzz TV. We'll be right back.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.
All right, welcome back to The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV at Tommy Max. That's right, as promised, the Hammer Podcast is here at the bar. Sam Kouvaris, it's Lonnie Marts. We do it each and every week on every, social media platform out there, Sam.
Right.
Always a fun time hanging with my good buddies. Welcome back.
Thank you. The Hammer Podcast is available on Google Play.
Yep.
Apple, iTunes,
Yep.
SoundCloud,
Yeah.
samsportsline.com.
Yeah, it's always fun. Last time we were together on this show was out at RV City, Lon.
Right.
How about that? That was a good
Georgia.
time during Florida, Georgia. Where's your Navy hat, man? You should have kept it on.
I took my Navy hat.
Son goes to Navy, Naval Academy.
I'm excited about that.
I tell you what, I don't know how any athlete can go to one of the academies. I mean, I know how they do it, but that they do athletics on top of everything else that they have to
The guy who was the star of the Army-Navy game for Army this year
Yeah.
said that he was the star. He was going to quit football because he couldn't do both.
Wow.
So rather than not be a cadet,
Right.
he decided he was going to quit football, but got talked out.
Yeah, that management must
Did you guys
be
play
tough.
them?
Oh, every year. Yeah, I've been to Mikey Stadium.
Yeah, didn't you
or
guys play?
Annapolis,
Yeah,
Mikey's
Indianapolis.
Army,
Yeah.
and down in Annapolis. Yeah,
You did
absolutely.
play.
Yeah,
You did
remember
play.
I told you I hated playing them. They cut blocked you every play
Everybody
because
they
it's
cut
with
block,
the
yeah.
wishbone or whatever
Yeah, all that,
they
the
they
veer,
ran.
whatever.
We were talking earlier on the podcast about the AAF. So far, so good. The Alliance of American Football, huh? Not a bad product.
I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's a great place for the guys who have not been able to get into the league,
Yep.
and also to make sure they keep working on their skill and their trade. So that if there comes an opportunity to get in, they get in. And so
Yep.
you also have the idea of the coaching.
Yep.
You know, new coaches coming up might have a place for them.
Yeah, but listen to the podcast. Neither of you guys could play in the NFL these days because you just want to hit people.
Yeah,
You can't. Well, you can play in the AAF.
You can play in the NFL.
You're allowed to hit
You guys
in that
can play in
league.
the
Yeah.
NFL because you just want to hit people.
That's
and
right.
That's apparently illegal in
Yeah.
that league.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be a feeder to the NFL at all?
I like
You guys can develop in
I
that
like
league.
your idea. I think that there may be a couple of guys, particularly not skill players, linemen, guys who need to develop more technique, maybe put some weight on, figure out how to play the professional game.
You know, you just offended every offensive lineman. I'm not going to say
Young
defense.
guys. Talk about
Say
it. Think about it. And I use Blaine Gabbert as an example all the time, obviously not a lineman, but there was a guy who played 21 games in college and was 20 years old when the Jaguars drafted him. He was not prepared
Right.
to be a professional anything,
Right.
let alone step into the huddle and tell 35-year-old guys what to do. I think the AAF is a spot where some of those guys will develop.
Yeah.
Although I agree with you, I think it's going to have its own core players.
And it should. Look, you're still playing ball. You're making 70, 80 grand on a 3-year deal. Every year you're getting a little bit more in pay. You're playing the game you love. You continue
they
the
haven't
career.
marketed it. It's similar to the USFL in that they haven't marketed it as a minor league.
Right.
It's a standalone kind of league.
But they do have an agreement with the NFL that their players can leave at any time, right? They can be released from the cuts. Look, you look at what John Wolford did, right? The local kid from Bishop Kenny. Went to Wake Forest, had a great career, big kid, great arm, went to the Jets training camp, didn't work out. Now he's in the AAF, throwing the ball for Orlando, has 4 touchdowns. So a guy like that, and by the way, congrats, John. Good kid, really good kids. Yeah. The Wolford family, but
you meant big-time player, not a big kid. John's about 5'10". Okay.
He's about 6 feet. He's almost 6 feet tall, isn't he?
Well, that 5'10" is almost
Bobby
6
played
feet.
at BC, his brother.
He's growing.
Yeah. Hey, I grew after college, you know what I'm saying?
Clearly shows he has the incredible competitive spirit in his personality that both of you guys have that you need to play in any sport where you're getting paid to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think it's great. Keep the career going. If you develop to the next level, great. If not, it's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, you're still getting paid.
And not to mention you probably could do something on the side, get maybe some endorsements, whatever.
Until I
work
turned,
it, man. Work it.
And I thought,
base plus.
You had a chance to do this, and you could have if you wanted. But I often thought until I turned 60, I could have played for the Sharks.
Oh, throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were with your arm. I don't know.
You don't have to run very much.
Yeah, no, right.
I don't know. Neither did anybody.
I don't know.
They snap you the ball, you find the guy open.
You know
but
what
that's
I'm
like,
that wall.
My point is, my point is that the AAF has got, hey, look, guys who play for the Sharks, I think it's great. Yeah. They're making $250 a game or whatever it is. Yeah. It's tremendous entertainment. Yeah. But it's a pickup game.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, to a certain degree, yeah. Yeah. Sandlot.
Right.
It's more Sandlot than
pads and great.
Yeah,
and I think it's fabulous that it exists, but you can't say, why isn't that guy in the NFL?
Yeah.
There's a reason.
That's their own league,
thing.
I think it's a little crossover between the two. Let me ask you this question before we go to break. You ever get a crick in your neck or your back from a hard sneeze?
Of course.
There's your answer. You're not playing in any football league. Because I get them too, and it'll never happen. Right here. That's right. The hammer is here on the
run anywhere.
Right back on Buzz TV.
Set you up.
Brought to you by All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV at Tommy Max, my good friend Sammy Kouvaris, Lonnie Marts. We are the Hammer podcast each and every week.
Hey, by the way, I saw you posted a heavy bag workout.
Yeah, a sliver
on
of it.
social media the other day, about a minute of it.
Yeah,
right?
About 45 seconds.
Are you left-handed?
You know what? You want a great story?
No, I just want to know if you're left-handed
I'm both.
or not. You're both.
Yeah, I've got knockout power with both.
I'm just saying, I do.
I worked on it.
Hit me with your right, because your left's a lot better than your right.
My left's a little bit quicker than my right. Now, here's a great story. So our friend Tellis Haseminos over at Tom Bush BMW, boxer, kung fu, taekwondo. So when I was playing with the Jags, I used to go to his house.
And he was a very well-respected referee in
boxing. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. He's over at Tom Bush, does a great job. But we're really good friends, as you are. And I used to go to his house, and he'd have a studio in his garage, all carpeted, bags, mirrors, the whole get-go. And we were talking one day. He's like, hey, you should come work out with me one time. I was like, yeah, no problem. I love martial arts. I get into it. Anyway, so we get into boxing. By the way, the hardest workout, harder than any running workout, any lifting work. I'm telling you, Lon, you would be dying in this place, but it felt so good because you're learning the art, you're getting confidence, you're stretching. It's just a really, really good workout. So when I first got there, this is like 1997, I literally had no left. And he taught me how to throw punches. So for all you out there, if you ever want to know, it's all from your hip.
Of course.
So your fist is an extension of your hip. And if you focus on that and not your shoulder, you're quicker. And it just took a lot of practice. So my left is better than my right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was going to say.
It's crazy. I don't know.
You're going to hit me. Do it with your right.
My right's got a good thunderous boom,
I
though.
could withstand
That's the thing. I don't know if you could.
Thunderous.
I don't think you could.
Just make
It's
sure
like
I
a
don't
boom.
get up, okay?
Yeah. You won't.
If I do,
I don't think you will.
You're in trouble.
I'll hit you in the rib. That way you can't breathe. And it won't be as bad.
The hardest thing I ever did was when I climbed Mount Ventoux on my bike. Okay. That's
Okay.
hard. Second hardest thing though is that I went 3 2-minute rounds.
Oh, yeah.
In an actual box, not 80-20, not
Right.
No, this was
Yep.
this guy was trying to hurt me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Defend yourself.
And so
At all
I mean,
costs.
I can't imagine 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Because after 2 minutes, I mean, you can barely keep them.
Listen, I got smashed in the face like with a really good right like a year ago when I was sparring with the police before Guns and Hoses, and I hadn't been hit in the face like that in like 20 years, and I didn't go back. It did knock me down, but I was like, whoa, oh, did he break my nose? Holy cow. So it's fun. I do it for the workout. I don't do it for any else. Hey, we're talking the AAF last segment. Real quick on big news in the NFL. Kareem Hunt gets another shot with the Browns. Now, he's got to get cleared by the league, of course. He's obviously the former running back of the Chiefs. Domestic violence. We all saw the video, but it looks like the Browns have signed him. He's still got to wait reinstatement.
Well,
I feel like they're inconsistent with their message when it comes to domestic violence.
You got to remember that the guy running the Browns now is the guy that drafted Hunt.
That drafted him. That's right, John Dorsey. John Dorsey, right.
He's, that's where the connection is.
Of course.
And, they've said all the right things. Dorsey made a mistake by not contacting the woman that Hunt kicked and punched before making this announcement. He needed to have her, say, hey, I don't believe Kareem is this guy, because everybody else can say that, but they're not the ones that, there is zero tolerance, and I saw somebody say this on social media the other day. If I was running a team, I would have a team full of people who never laid a hand on a woman, period. Ever.
Well, look, things happen. We obviously don't condone it, but things happen. Emotions get in the way. Things happen. It shouldn't have happened. My problem, it's not even a problem. My question is this. You look at Ray Rice. Terrible what he did.
Awful.
Never played again. Never got a chance again.
Never not.
So why? And I know Kareem didn't hit, the girl like Ray hit his girl, but
there was a connection between Dorsey and Hunt.
I also think that it was a little bit more drastic with Ray.
With Ray.
She was knocked out, and he dragged.
Fair.
That's kind of tough. This one, no, you don't put your feet on anybody, but once again, the message was sent, and it was clear that the NFL was not going to accept that, tolerate it. But now you come back and maybe you say, hey, it's okay now. And we'll see. We'll see how the fans feel about it.
Well, he'd have to gain any respect, he'd have to spend so much time volunteering in domestic abuse places and
but even
speaking.
That volunteering is not from the heart, because you're trying to do something to get a job.
Well, I think you can tell that.
Well, do you think he deserves a second chance?
No.
If the league lets him in?
I think it would be up to the young lady. I think it would be up to the young lady.
Good call.
Because you never know. You never know if she agitated, aggravated. I don't know if she, we don't know the issue between them, but he did get out of hand, and who knows? Who knows what went on before that? So
I think on the precedent of Ray Rice,
if
he's not playing, how do you let one guy in and another guy in?
Right.
Well,
I don't know.
The
I don't have all the answers.
Inside word apparently is that Ray Rice was stone sober when that happened, and that Kareem Hunt was not.
Well, there was a confrontation between Ray and his wife in that elevator before he threw that ball. All I'm saying, I don't condone either one.
Right,
Obviously, none of us do. But the league, what are you doing here? You got one guy that's never played before. He was a great player. Kareem Hunt, hey, you kicked her. I saw the kick.
Right.
I saw you push her down.
He basically only missed.
The friend was in the way.
8 games.
Yeah.
What if the friend wasn't in the way? You know what I mean?
You made a decision. Yeah.
What if that friend wasn't there to stop him? There's a guy that tried to stop.
No, I don't think he should be allowed back in the league.
You don't think he should be back?
No.
Yeah. Well, based on the precedent, Ray Rice, I would tend to agree.
Well, we
want to make a
stance. We don't know if he's going to be reinstated.
No, that's true.
We don't
know.
Because it may be. Yeah, I'm glad you picked him, but no.
Yeah.
Because of that.
If you're going to make a stance, then make a stance. Right. No domestic violence.
Period.
All right, we'll be back right here. More with the Hammer on the Horse's Mouth on Tommy Mac's Bar and right here on Buzz TV.
Are you looking for a new employment opportunity, an employee opportunity, a company vehicle, paid holidays and vacations, a retirement plan? Please visit jackshandymanjobs.com. That's jackshandymanjobs.com to learn more and apply.
All right, welcome back. Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max on Buzz TV. Sam Kouvaris, Lonnie, Marts. Always great to have the boys here. TPC fast approaching, Sammy. It's the best event. I live down where they're building the headquarters. It's going to be interesting with parking and all of that. But from Tuesday night on with the military appreciation, what a great night. Great act. I don't know if I can say it yet. Maybe I can. But a huge act, country act, is performing Tuesday night from
Do you know who
from
it is? Say who it is.
Okay, it's about time anyway, right? It'll probably be about time. John Party is the musical guest. Right. He's great. Yeah. He's great. We've seen him live before. If you're in the country, he's a great country artist.
Yeah, it's really been an
awesome event.
It's really been a real positive thing for them. It used to be on Wednesday, right? They moved it back to Tuesday. Yep. And, you know, and the players, and as you know, I've been to sporting events all around the world. Next to the Masters, it's the best runs, not just golf tournament, right? Sporting event I've ever been to. Wow. I mean, it's so well organized, and I find it fascinating that they've closed it on Monday to fans. Yep. It gives the players like that because it gives them a chance to get out there, kind of get used to the grass and the conditions and some things at the stadium course without having to undergo a lot of the other things that go along with being a professional golfer.
I think I like that it's changed where almost anybody can go now, right? It's affordable for everybody. Where you almost felt like 10 years ago you had to have one of those private passes to get in the turn or whatever. You know what I mean? But now they have so many activities,
so much stuff. Just
restaurants, bars, all hanging around.
A stadium ticket gets you
everywhere.
Plenty of exclusivity.
It really does.
Unless you're, want to spend $5,000 for the clubhouse pass or
right.
$2,500 for
I think the Hammer should make an appearance out at TPC. What do you guys think?
I'm there. I'm there.
Easy to do.
Let's do it.
You know what? I love it for the networking and mingling. I really don't watch a lot of golf. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I go out there to see.
And it's a very sought after corporate venue just for that.
No doubt about it.
And not just locally. I mean, internationally. Yep. And the tour has come to their senses because a time under Tim Fincham, there was a time where they specifically distanced themselves from Jacksonville. They told us the date line is Ponte Vedra Beach. It's not Jacksonville. They never mentioned Jacksonville. And then they realized that you cannot have that kind of event with that kind of volunteer support without the support of the city and being a part of it.
That's right.
And so they've they've gotten back to that. But there are people that come in from around the world,
no doubt,
because they want to see a big-time golf tournament and they can't get tickets to the Masters.
Right, and you get to see all the top guys that are there. I tell you what I like doing. I like seeing on a Thursday or Friday just getting a couple holes in front of Tiger and then watching the masses come up and follow. That's pretty cool to be able to sit there. I think a year or two ago, we're up on a hill, maybe around 14, and here he comes. You're like, holy cow, look at that swath of people just all around. Swarth. That's pretty big.
Dictionary.
I think so. Look that one up, would you? I don't know if we can use that one. All right, listen, real quick.
Is there an R in that? It's not really an R.
Oh, no, I think he put one
a swat. There you go.
I think you put an R.
There you go. I did. Well, Boston, you always throw an R in there, right?
I got it. That's right.
Hey, what about Kyler Murray? If you were him, would you play baseball or football?
Baseball.
Me too.
And,
wouldn't you, Lonnie?
Baseball.
Yeah. Now, how about trying football if it don't work out, then you play baseball?
And you've seen that happen. But I think the opposite is probably more likely.
Okay.
That, a guy like Danny Ainge who found out he really couldn't hit the curveball and played basketball.
Right.
A guy like who was it? Chris Wenke, who turned back to football in his mid-20s.
That's right, late 20s. Yeah.
So I just think that baseball has a longer career, guaranteed paychecks, and you have a chance to do that. But with Cliff Kingsbury as the number one pick, as the head coach of Arizona,
that's right.
I mean, and if you think that he might take you number one, there's money to be made as the top pick.
Hey, Lon, Baker Mayfield goes number one. You could see Murray going number one. They're pretty close.
There's just a lot of guys that can move and run that fast, and it's kind of small.
He is little.
I think he is a little small.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
not just short. Mayfield's
Mayfield's not a little.
No,
guy.
Mayfield's a little stocky.
Pretty. pretty seriously built. But Kyler Murray, I mean, maybe he's talented enough to not take a hit from a guy like Jalen Ramsey, who is going to outweigh him by 40 pounds, and he's going to be 4 inches taller and is just as fast.
Yep, no doubt. Right? No, you're right about that, and quick. All right, time for last calls. We wrap up this week's show. Sammy, what do you got?
Well, I do think that Players is a must see if you've just moved to North Florida, or if you have lived here and haven't experienced it. Go out and don't just hang around 17.
Yeah.
Go back. I tell you what, you want to really see something? Walk back to the 12th tee now. Yep. There's a cocktail stand there. It's a place to get something to eat. It's in the trees, and you really see some golf. And you also can have a plenty of good time back there.
Lonnie, something we do, last call. So the final thought for the
I'm going to go do what Sam just said.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and watch some real good, because I don't go. But I know they're serious athletes, and I would like to be around it and see exactly what it's like.
I tell you what, on Wednesday's a really good day to go because the players are pretty interactive. Mm-hmm. You can walk the whole course. Mm-hmm. You know, I can remember when, gosh, my wife was 9 months pregnant, get ready for our Avery, who's 17 now. We followed Tiger on a Wednesday just to get her walking, you know. And by the way, they let us inside the rope and let us kind of walk. He wasn't that big of a big-time star, I guess, but that was a favorite moment. Wednesdays out at the TPC, I think, is one of the best days to go. Not as crowded. You can get outside. Look, the driving range is going to be crowded, 18, 17, all that. But you're right. Go through one all the way through. See if you can walk the course. That would be a great time.
So if you want to be part of the party, Friday afternoon is the time to go.
Yeah.
If you are going to be ensconced in one place and drink somebody else's liquor, Saturday is the day to go.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. All right, guys. Cheers.
Here are the rules.
There you go.
Thank you.
There are no rules.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here on the Horse's Mouth, up close and personal, coming your way right here on Buzz TV. All right, time once again for Up Close and Personal here on the Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV. I'm at Tommy Max, like I always am. My guest this time around is Art Russell. He's chairman of the 2019 Jacksonville Orchid Show, which is coming up here in just a little bit. Art, welcome to the show, my friend.
My pleasure.
Cheers. Great to have you on.
Pleasure to be here.
You know, we talk sports on this show, we talk fighting on this show, we talk liquor and beer on this show, and now we're talking orchids. How'd you get involved in orchids?
My dad gave them to me when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
He was in the Air Force down at Pine Castle, which is no longer there, obviously.
Yeah.
Been growing them ever since. Now, haven't been able to do it all,
Was it love at first sight?
I was a kid. What do I know?
Right. So you just did it because Dad did it, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay,
that's how you get started. And
right.
It stuck with me, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a good deal.
So my next door neighbor, Best Straight, Billy and Best Straight, great people.
Good folks.
They grow a ton of orchids. That's how you and I got connected. A good friend of mine in West Palm Beach, he grows his orchids in his backyard. Got them tacked up on the damn tree, and they grow like crazy.
Yes.
These things, do they grow anywhere? What makes an orchid so special?
Well, the thing that's special about orchids is it's the largest family of blooming plants on the planet. Over 35,000 separate species.
No kidding.
No, it's wild.
Whoa. Where do they mostly grow? What?
They grow everywhere.
Everywhere.
All the way from the Arctic, all the way down into the tropics.
Wow.
And all the way back down into Terra del Fuego.
Okay.
So they're all over the world. Most of them you don't recognize. I got stuff growing in my yard right now that looks like a weed. It's an orchid.
Really?
Yeah, serious.
Wow.
And you wouldn't know, it's like, oh, what's this thing? Ah, crap, it's an orchid. Who knew? At any rate, so that's how I got started.
Okay.
And now I have a few orchids in the backyard as well.
Okay. What's the trick of raising orchids?
The trick is
growing orchids, I should say.
No, grow.
You do talk to them, don't you?
Yeah, you have to.
You're supposed to talk to them.
Yeah. What you're doing is you're looking at what's going on with the guys.
Okay.
You're seeing what's happening, and if you can figure that out, you're in good shape. The trick with growing orchids is think about them as cactus. Okay.
Okay. Need a lot of water?
Well, actually...
Or don't need a lot of water?
It depends on the orchid. It just depends on the orchid. The trick is they're all tropical plants, okay? And what that means is you have to think tropical rainforest. When you water them prodigiously. Like go stand in the shower underneath the shower head, that's the amount of water that they need.
Okay.
Now most folks, they'll put just a little bit here and they'll spritz them, they'll be real gentle with them. These are tough plants. They've been around for millions of years.
Wow.
And so some folks, they'll use this thing called the ice cube trick. So they'll stick one ice cube in a week. They're tropical plants. They couldn't spell ice cube. They don't know what to do with it. And it's not nearly enough water. The trick is water them, get the media wet, and then let the media dry out.
Okay.
In nature, they grow on the sides of trees as general rule. They're epiphytic.
Okay.
And what that means is there's nothing there to hold the moisture there, so they're going to dry out. And that's what they evolved to do. We put them in pots and such for our convenience, so we can put them in the house. And you can't cut a tree down and stick that in the house. Okay. So put them in a pot, that's good. But the media we put them in holds water. The trick is to find a media that doesn't hold too much water.
Okay.
Or change your watering style to the media. That's all it is.
Okay.
I mean, that's it.
That's interesting. Well, so the Orchid Show's coming up, the Garden Club of Jacksonville, March 16th and 17th, right?
Yes.
I know Beth, my neighbor, she's always in it.
Yep, she's got a show there. She'll be
35,000 speed. I mean, what are you looking for? How does someone win as opposed to maybe someone not winning? Or does everybody win at this thing?
Well, everybody wins, actually.
Okay.
There are no losers here. We're going to have on the order of 10,000 different orchids there, probably.
Okay. 10,000.
10,000 orchids. You got to be there. It's free. Come on down. Okay. Love to see you. It's right next to the Coomer, just south immediately.
Yep.
And
know exactly where it's at.
It's a great place. And the trick here is that obviously there'll be orchids for sale, that sort of thing. I mean, it goes without saying. But the trick is that talk to the vendors. The vendors will tell you how to grow them. Because they don't want to sell you stuff that's going to die when you take it home.
That's right.
So, and then the other thing is Jacksonville Orchid Society. You'll see us all over the place. Ask us. That's what we're there for. And I run the website. I run the Facebook page. JacksOrchidSociety.org or Jacksonville Orchid Society on Facebook. Either one. Put a question there. We'll get you an answer.
Okay, so as we wrap up here, one quick tip for a very new beginner. They're watching this show. They're like, orchids. Hey, honey, we're getting into orchids. What's your first tip for them?
Go buy yourself a Phalaenopsis from a big box store, like Lowe's, Home Depot, or Ace Hardware. They've got them down on Hagen. Just a Phalaenopsis. It's a great orchid to start with, and you can grow it in the house. It doesn't take anything special.
Cool.
It's easy to grow. Talk to us. We'll tell you how to do it.
Hey, Art, that was really cool, man. You learn something new every day on this show.
Our pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Make sure you check it out, the Jacksonville Orchid Show at the Garden Club of Jacksonville, March 16th and 17th. And I may take a peek around there and support my neighbor. We'll be right back here on The Horse's Mouth, live from Tommy Max and on Buzz TV. All right, that'll do it for us this time here on The Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV. And, of course, from Tommy Max, I want to thank Sam Kouvaris and Lonnie Marts. Hope you enjoyed that banter between us. Always a great time hanging out, talking sports, talking life, talking whatever. Also want to thank Art Russell for coming by. A little orchid talk for you, huh? Hey, man, we're a jack of all trades on this show. Always enjoy meeting new people and learning about new businesses and how they grow and what they're doing. 35,000 species of orchids. I mean, who would have thought that? You're hearing it here on The Horse's Mouth. You'll hear more each and every week. Thanks for tuning in. So stay cool and be safe, Jacksonville. We'll see you next time right here on The Horse's Mouth. TPC coming at you first and foremost, fast and furious and all of way. Right? That orchid. It's not the Orchid Society.